It was evening, light gray, clouds covered the sky, and a cool breeze was blowing. At a busy bus stop in the city, a young man was waiting for his bus as usual. His name was Gray. Because of his quiet nature and his habit of always wearing gray-colored clothes, everyone called him Gray. Gray was deeply absorbed in reading his book when a girl hurriedly arrived at the bus stop. Her long brown hair danced in the wind, and there was a unique sparkle in her eyes. Her name was Nora. The bus was running late, and everyone was waiting impatiently. Nora looked around and then sat on the bench near Gray. A few moments passed in silence when, suddenly, book slipped from Nora's hands and fell to the ground. Gray quickly bent down and picked it up. "Is this your book?" Gray asked with a smile. "Yes, thank you," Nora replied. Gray glanced at the book cover. "You like reading novels?" "Very much," Nora said with a laugh. "And it seems like you do too." That single sentence started a conversation. They talked about books, movies, and their favorite dreams. Time flew by, and before they realized it, the bus had arrived. The next day, Gray was at the same bus stop again. To his surprise, Nora was there too. They exchanged warm smiles. "The bus is late again Nora joked. "Maybe it likes our friendship," Gray replied. Nora laughed. From that day onward, it became a routine. Every evening, they met at the same bus stop. Sometimes it rained, sometimes the sun shone brightly, and sometimes a cold wind blew. But their meetings never stopped. Gray loved listening to Nora's stories, while Nora admired Gray's simplicity and sincerity. One day, it was raining heavily. The bus stop was almost empty. Nora arrived completely drenched, and Gray immediately offered her his jacket. "You'll get wet yourself," Nora said. "I'd be more worried if you got sick," Gray replied. Hearing that, Nora fell silent for a moment. A special feeling began to grow in her heart. As time passed, they became very close. But life is not always easy. One evening, Nora looked unusually sad. "What happened?" Gray asked. Nora spoke softly. "Father has been offered a new job in another city. We'll have to move next week." The smile disappeared from Gray's face when, in just 7 days, both of them fell silent. For the first time, they realized how important they had become to each other. The next 7 days passed in the blink of an eye. Finally, the day arrived when Nora had to leave. Only Gray and Nora were standing at the bus stop. "I'm really going to miss you," Nora said with tears in her eyes. Gray took a deep breath. "I'll miss you too." Then he took a small locket out of his pocket. "Keep this. Whenever you look at it, remember that there's someone who always prays for your happiness." Tears filled Nora's eyes. "And you remember that my heart will always remain connected to this bus stop." The bus arrived. Nora looked at Gray one last time before boarding. Months passed. They stayed in touch through phone calls and messages, but the distance was still painful. 1 year later, on a quiet evening, Gray was standing at the same bus stop as always when he suddenly heard a voice behind him. "Still lost in your books?" Gray turned around. It was Nora. His eyes widened in surprise. "You?" Nora smiled. "Yes. We've moved back to this city." Without thinking, Gray held her hand. That moment, both of them realized that true love is not limited by time or distance. And so, an ordinary bus stop, once just a place of waiting, became the most beautiful symbol of their love story.